What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Bros, episode 4.
I am number 4.
I am number 4. That was a terrible movie,
You
by the
remember that? You remember that hit movie?
way. That hit movie that was supposed to have like multiple spinoffs, but never did.
I was expecting an I am number 5 at some point, but it never came, sadly.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the week of Thanksgiving. We
Yes.
went up to the mountains and had a pretty good time hanging out with everybody and ate some good food. Got some Christmas trees.
Yeah. Took
Had
a
some
nice food
beers and
coma.
stuff. Nick, you were a little sick, but
Yeah. So I got sick. Like, I feel like I got sick on the drive up to Thanksgiving, and then I started feeling better as we left, and now I'm kind of almost back to 100%.
yeah,
So I saved up my sickness for Thanksgiving, which
right.
is
That's usually
fun.
how it goes. You usually feel perfect, and then uh,
My body held out until I had a break, and then I
held
was
out
like, all
long
right.
enough, and then it was like, all right, time to get sick and ruin, or not ruin, but make it a little less.
Put a damper.
Yeah, put a little mini damp on that thing.
Yeah. But yeah.
But yeah, we're back with episode 4 for 1 month. 1 month of doing the podcast, man. I'm
Hey, it's
really
gonna
enjoying it.
fly. Yeah.
Really enjoying it so far.
It's been fun.
So we're gonna like I said, we were on vacation, so we didn't. I wasn't really keeping up with the news, and I really don't think there was that much stuff to talk about.
Yeah, not too much.
So we might go over a couple things in the news. We'll probably talk about that Stadia um, refund a little bit, and then we're gonna do a question of the week from one of the listeners. He requested
Yeah,
it, so
a good friend of mine, Matt. He sent
yeah.
me a question, and we're gonna talk about it.
So we're gonna talk about that here in a little bit after the news and what we've been playing. So we'll go ahead and dive into to what we've been playing this week. Nick, I'll let you go first. I know you got a couple new games for Black Friday, and then
Yeah, I
so
did. Before I talk about this,
yeah.
I wanna talk about this other thing. So I'm a little excited because I reached the maximum difficulty in Ring Fit Adventure,
Oh gosh.
which is so I started out at 25 out of 30. They kind of do like a questionnaire, like, oh, how often do you work out, like blah blah blah, like what's your kind of fitness level. So I was put at 25 out of 30, and every like week or two I would move it up. Like it would always ask you, if you when you start the game, if you want to move it up a little bit.
Hmm.
So it always increase the difficulty, and it really just increases the reps that you have to do. So like for squats, I started off having to do like 28 squats, just like as an instance of like what you have to do. And now at 30, you have to do 37 squats, which is pretty hard when you have to hold it for like 3 or 4 seconds each time.
Yeah.
And then I've unlocked like you start off with a normal squat, then you get the wide squat, and now I've just unlocked a wide squat, except you hold the ring con over your head, and then
Hmm.
you squat and hold it for 3 seconds. So it's getting a lot harder.
Is
But
that the official name, the Ring-Con?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's the ring con,
Cool.
because the character's name is like Ring something, Ringy. I don't know. It's something stupid, but no, but it's still fun. I obviously haven't played it much since I've been sick, but
Yeah.
played it last week and then played it today, and still enjoying it, still liking it.
Yeah. I think you convinced me. I definitely want to pick it up. Brittany said she wanted to play it, but I'll probably use it too because I've been doing a lot of like at home like fitness stuff just because like
Yeah,
when I get off work, like the gym is like all the way across like town. It's just it takes forever to get there, and then
right.
so I always usually come home and I've got a couple free weights that I use and do squats and stuff like that. So that'd
Hmm.
be something interesting to try. Um, add a little fun to your workout. That could
Yeah,
be sometimes
if anything,
motivating.
it's good cardio.
Yeah.
It'll get you sweating, and I think I've unlocked like at least 30 or 40 different workouts,
Hmm.
and you unlock one every 3 levels, and then once you get to level 40, there's like a kind of like a skill tree that you can
Oh
use to
wow.
unlock additional workouts and additional like skills. So the game keeps changing itself up while remaining pretty consistent. So
That's pretty cool.
like it. Aside from that, though, I've been chugging away at Pokemon. I think I'm on the 6th gym. Or I just completed the 6th gym because I beat that with Kaylee while we were in the mountains.
Yeah, yeah, of
Um, it's still enjoying it. Slowing down a little bit just because I got a few more games and I
course.
got back into The Witcher, and I love Gwent so much.
Oh, Gwen, dude, I spent before like the game actually came out because um, yeah, I probably spent like 3 or 4 hours on just Gwent. Like I was just roaming. I think I was just doing a couple side quests, and then
Mhm.
I like went into a bar or tavern or whatever, and someone was playing it, like one of the NPCs, and then I don't know, I
Right.
just like fell in love with it for some reason. And that, I mean, that's back when I was really into like Hearthstone and stuff.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah, I
just kind of
remember.
like
It's
gave
kind
me
of
that.
similar.
It's kind of scratched that itch, but also was like way different than Hearthstone or Magic or any other
Right.
like card games. Because I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, all that stuff, they're different, but they're kind of the same. But this one is so different than a normal like card battler that
Yeah.
it's just super fun. And I would recommend if you haven't already downloaded it on your phone and just giving it a whirl because it's super
Yeah, so
fun.
I've downloaded it and I've played just the tutorial.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, and it's different than the Witcher
Yeah, it is
version.
different. They definitely like. I think I told you that they after they got a lot of feedback of Gwent. I think they
Change it
went back
up.
to the drawing board and kind of said, oh, this thing's actually popular. Let's do its own game. So they
Right.
definitely changed it a little bit, but it still got that same concept of
Yeah, they went from having 3 lanes to 2 lanes, and then you
yeah,
can the one like the mobile version is more focused on like attacking the cards and actually
yeah,
like doing things to the cards rather than like kind of building up your arsenal
hmm,
of attack points. Um, but I'm really liking it. I've only like I can only use one deck right now. I can only use the Northern Realms, which is kind of like the one you start out with.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm still building up like all the other ones, like the Nilfgaardian and the Monsters one. And I'm still trying to get enough cards to be able to actually use the deck. But I've been beating some people all over Novigrad and Velen.
yeah.
Dude, I probably played like 10 hours of just Gwent.
I wonder if they have um like if you because I know they got it on like Xbox and I assume they got it on PlayStation and PC. I'm
Mm.
wondering if you can use the same account like on all the systems and stuff. That way, if if you're at home chilling and you want to play on Xbox or whatever, and then take it with you with your phone. I wonder if it's kind
You're
of like
talking about the mobile version of Gwent?
yeah, like I wonder if it's kind of like Blizzard because like Blizzard, you log into the account and then you can play Hearthstone and then on your phone, and then if you want to play it on PC, all the stuff transfers over. Or it saves it like
Right.
in a cloud, so you don't have to worry about having separate accounts on different devices. It's all one account, and you can play on everything just about.
Yeah. I can't remember if I know there was an option. Like I did the option where you sign in with Facebook.
Yeah, okay,
I
then
think there
that's
was an option
probably
where you can create an account
yeah,
through the whatever the portal is that they're using, or there were a few options. I think one of them might have been one that like streamlines it across
okay,
all
yeah, that'd
platforms.
be definitely interesting to know.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
I've also been playing Spyro.
see how is that,
Was
man? Me and
oh,
Brittany and my wife, we over the course of I think I got it for her last year for Christmas. So over the course of
yeah,
I don't know 9 months, we just every other Friday or something we'd have some drinky drinks and then play Spyro and just we 100%ed the whole game. I think the only thing we have to do is like either get all the achievements or something like that. But as far as getting all the gems and all that,
uh-huh.
we did it all and it was a lot of fun. It's
Nice.
I never played Spyro as a kid, but she
Yeah, I
did.
didn't either.
She was nostalgic for it for that first one. And I had
Hmm.
bought it for her on PlayStation 3, and then I ended up selling my PlayStation. So whenever they announced that remaster of all of them, I was like, "Oh, sweet! I've got to get this thing."
Yeah,
And they did an excellent job. Like it looks great.
it looks
If
fantastic.
you watch it compared to like the original, I mean it's incredible how well they changed it.
Yeah. Well, you inspired me a little bit. So I've been 100%ing everything I've done so far. I think I'm like 52% through the first game.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
3 world. I finished 3 worlds, and I just got to the fourth.
Hmm.
And the 100%ing hasn't been too hard. It's just been a lot of like looking around for like nooks and crannies. The
Hmm.
hardest parts have been like the flying parts where you have to get all
Yeah,
four of the whatever the thing is in
that's
one go.
yeah. Whenever you got to do the what do they call it? What do they call it? The
What do you mean?
airway or something like that. Speedway.
Speedway.
Yeah, those are always like I get to those points when we were playing, and Brittany would get frustrated because like I would literally like spend an hour doing it just because it was so annoying.
Yeah,
And I got my mentality is I have to do it now.
right. Don't want to
Have
come
you
back
have you
to it.
gotten to in the I believe it was the first game. Have you gotten to the mine area where you're on the mine cart?
Uh, is it like one of the flying ones near on the mine cart?
You're just like on a mine cart. It's like in a level.
No.
Okay, that's that is frustrating. So when you get to that part, you'll know because it took me a while to complete it
Oh
because
God.
it was just kind of it wasn't too hard. It was just you gotta make like split second like moves and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was more annoying than hard, but
Okay.
it's still an excellent game.
I remember the first flying level, like in the first world, like the first flying level you do, that one being particularly hard because, and you probably don't remember because it was so long ago, but
Yeah.
it has like a kind of like a train track, kind of winding through the level, and you have these
Yep, I
like
remember that one.
cargo trains that are going through, and
Hmm.
they're almost random, so you don't really know where they are,
Yeah, yeah.
and like it was just hard to time it out because I was trying to do everything else, and then I would end up with having to do those last little train bits.
Hmm.
I just couldn't find them, so I
Yeah,
kind of had to
they
start with
kind of
those.
like start you out of kind of like what they um recommend doing. Like it always starts you out with the rings or something, and then it
Yeah,
always ends where something begins. But like you said, I think in that level, I might have
that one didn't
started with
start
those
with
parts
rings.
first. Well, it always starts with something, and then it always kind of like it always starts you right in front of something, and then you can kind of complete
Yeah,
it and then do it, and then go on to the next like uh part of the flying part. But yeah, I think on
right.
that one in particular, I started with the carts because they were so annoying.
Yeah,
They
that's
weren't
what I ended
hard to
up
get.
doing.
It was just if you timed it wrong, you weren't able to catch up in time to you know to fight the time or whatever. So
Yeah,
yeah, those speedways they're in every game. Um, they're on every level, so you're gonna have a lot of them to come. But
they're fun. Like they're a good time. It's kind of like a puzzle to figure out
yeah,
how the heck am I going to do this. And once you get it, it's really satisfying.
it
But
is. Yeah, and granted, 99% of the time I did the speedways, I was a little buzz, so that might have contributed to my frustrations. But
yeah,
they're definitely satisfying once you beat them.
right.
But they're
Yeah,
not too bad. But
I've loved it. It's kind of been a chill game, a
yeah,
low stakes game to play. So I've
it's
liked it.
it's kind of one of those games that kind of got lost, like in the PS2 era,
Yeah,
where those character action platformer games kind of died essentially.
right.
I mean, you don't really have too much anymore. I mean, you've got what ukulele is kind of
And
bringing it back, and then
there was
uh,
a Hat in Time.
yeah,
It's
Hat in
one.
Time. So there's a couple, but they're not as prominent as they used to be
Mm-mm.
back in the early 2000s, and hopefully with Spyro and Crash doing so well that maybe they'll get back to that kind of stuff. And
Yeah,
I was kind of hoping that they would, because I know the first three Spyro games were made by Insomniac Games, so I was kind of hoping they would do the later trilogy of Spyro games. So maybe they'll do that. I never played those.
so they had a later trilogy
Yeah,
on.
there was another three games like um, it wasn't made by Insomniac though. They had already moved on to um, I think Crash. Did they do Crash?
Insomniac.
No, Jack and Daxter. They moved on to Jack and Daxter, I believe.
Oh, okay.
No, that was Naughty Dog. I don't know what they went on to do.
Insomniac.
Yeah.
Wait, was this PS3 era that they did the latter three trilogy?
No, they did. It was on PlayStation 1 was the Spyro games.
They put out 6 Spyro games.
Well, there was Insomniac put out 3. three Spyro games, and then they made some other studio made another three.
Oh, okay.
And there's been like a ton of other little Spyro games, I think on the DS and stuff, and Game Boy.
And then
But
they
there
have
hasn't been like
Skylanders.
yeah, and then Skylanders, of course, which was actually pretty popular for Activision. I think they killed it,
like a year or
didn't
two.
they? I
Yeah.
don't know. I think the whole Toys to Life thing kind of died
It
out.
died.
It's just too
Yeah.
much. Like even the amiibos, like I don't think anybody actually gets amiibos to use them anymore. They're just cool
Yeah, it's
collectibles.
purely like a collector's
Yeah.
thing.
So I
Just
mean, I use them a lot in Breath of the Wild because you got a lot of cool like um, pieces of armor and suits and weapons and stuff like that. So I mean, I use them a lot in that, and a couple other games I used them in, but nothing crazy. It's definitely more of um, for collectors and stuff like that. But
right. I remember I got a Shovel Knight one.
yeah,
And that
I
one
remember
just
you texted me. I think you texted me and said, "Hey, it's at Best Buy right now." And I was like, "I bought it."
I don't know why I was super excited about that one because I love Shovel Knight.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for the last for King Knight, I believe is the next
King
one.
of Cards.
King of Cards, yeah.
Did you play the other two, like the Spectre of Torment and Plague?
Plague Knight.
It's Plague Knight. I don't know what the.
Yeah, it was like the sequel or the prequel to
Yeah.
Shovel Knight. Yeah, that game is that game is so cool. I need to play that with Brittany because last night we were trying to figure out something to play, and we actually ended up playing. You ever play Jackbox, the party game?
I've heard of it, and I want to get it.
The episode 2 is free on Game Pass, so we downloaded it, and it was super cool because we were streaming it, and people were coming in and were able to play with their phones because you just go to jackbox.tv / whatever or jackbox.tv, and then you just put in the code that's on the screen, and people could come in and play with you. So it was super cool. But yeah, there was a ton of but yeah, I do want to pick those games up because they're pretty awesome. And all I have to do is use your phone, so you don't have to worry about other controllers and all that stuff. So
right. What are they up to 6 now?
Yes, 6 or 7. I believe it's 6. I believe 6 is the latest one.
Okay. Yeah, I've always been super interested in that. I think my friends
they're really fun party games and stuff like that. So
yeah.
But Spyro. Yeah, Spyro's awesome. It's a great game. It's a great collection.
Yeah.
Collection of games, and so it's cool.
I haven't started Dragon Quest 11 yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big one.
It's gonna be big. Man, that's a serious undertaking.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna finish at least the first game in Spyro, and then try to get to the Skellig region in Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Before I start that, because man, Witcher's such a big game too. And then I also want to play Fire Emblem. Want to finish up those routes.
Yeah, I do want to kind of you talking about Witcher kind of makes me want to go back and pick it up and play it, and I still want to go back and just pick up Breath of the Wild again and start playing that too.
Right.
I don't know why. I just kind of like with this, the sequel, the sequel, hopefully coming out next year. Kind of inspired me to hopefully, get back and play it. I might try to play it over a weekend sometime or on Christmas break or something like that, since we won't really be doing any traveling this year.
Right. Yeah, I haven't seriously played it since around the time it came out.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess since Master Mode came out too.
Yeah.
I played that a little bit, but what a game.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, what have you been playing this week?
Other than Pokemon, not much. I played a little more yesterday. I think I beat the 4th gym. The third. I think it's the third. I beat the fire guy, Cabo.
Okay, I think that's the third.
I think that's the third. Yeah,
it's grass, water.
He is fire. So I've done grass, water, and fire.
Gotcha.
And then I went to Hammerlock, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. And that area going through there was like level 50 Pokemon and stuff. Like, it's really cool that they have these like super insane powered Pokemon
Oh, in the wild
in
area?
the wild area that you have to
Yeah,
go through. Like it felt super intimidating. Like, you have a big Pokemon walking around and it's like a super powerful Pokemon, and then it's like
right.
level 50, and you're like, oh my god, like
See like a Corviknight flying
yeah, Corviknight.
around.
When I first saw him flying, I was like, I'm actually like a little terrified of this thing, and then
Yeah.
I went to fight him, and he's level 55. I'm like, oh my god, and he like used Brave Bird on me and destroyed everything I had.
I don't know why, but whenever I get into those battles with like the higher level Pokemon, I can never escape on the first try. I'll try to run it, but
Yeah,
I can't
it's
escape. Then
hard.
my first Pokemon gets wiped. Like, all
Yep.
right, here we go.
Yeah, but man,
Buckle up.
it's that game is just Pokemon in general. Like it just has that vibe that just like we were talking about, last week. I went to save and I'm like, oh my god, it's only been 9 hours.
Yeah,
Like time just flies in that game.
yeah, and
And I feel
it's
like I don't even do that much. Just it just
you're
flies.
just catching Pokemon,
Yeah,
kind of walking around. It's like you're not getting that much done, but spending a lot of time doing it.
yeah,
I don't know. It's fun.
yeah.
It's
It's
so
it's
fun.
definitely a super super fun game.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, I've been just been playing some Halo 5, man. It's still loving it.
On that grind.
Yeah, I'm on that grind, man. It's fun. I love it. I tried playing Master Chief Collection again, and
Hmm.
I don't know, it just felt so slow compared to Halo 5, and then I just went back to it,
Yeah.
and I was like, this just feels so good. And so
Uh,
hopefully they'll, next year Halo will be good, and I'm sure the multiplayer will be good, and hopefully that campaign they can fix the issues of that thing. And
I'm sure they're working very hard on it. I'm sure. Well, do you think is it going to come to Xbox One or is it going to be on the next generation?
I it probably will come to both. I mean, they'd be kind of
Maybe a little
foolish not
dual.
to, just because
Yeah.
they have such a bigger install base for Xbox One consoles. So I feel like it'd be
Hmm.
one of those dual releases for sure. And honestly, I don't
Right.
really know how they'll, because they say every Xbox game going forward is going to work, right?
Wait. Say that again. What do you mean?
I thought they said that every Xbox game going forward, no matter what console you're on, it's going to work.
Oh,
like like
that's
the
a
Xbox and whatever it's going to be called will work on the original, but I don't know. That just seems a little crazy because then you're kind of limiting your stuff.
yeah, eliminating your hardware a lot. Unless they like had an upscaled version,
Yeah,
then they're kind of splitting their development team,
yeah.
which
I,
is
I don't. I don't. I think every Xbox game on Xbox One will work, or majority of
backwards
them.
compatibility will
Yeah.
work.
But yeah, I definitely think they'll do a dual release. I'm sure that a lot of games um, coming out next year will have a dual release, and for the
Hmm.
games that are coming out, um, you know, in January, February, March, pretty much any time before. I'm assuming maybe uh, October, November is when the new consoles come out.
Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of games will re-release for
Hmm.
the for the next gen consoles. So
And then kind of based off of Halo's history, they had Halo 3 and 4 on the
Mhm.
360. They had Halo 1 and 2 on the Xbox, and then they
well,
have
did
Halo 5 on the one.
yeah. Well, this
But
will be the first time Halo is going to be a launch title, if I'm not correct, or if I'm not mistaken.
I thought Halo 1 was a launch title for the Xbox,
Halo One was,
but
yeah, Halo One was for sure.
nothing since then.
But nothing since then because they've never had like a dual release like Halo 4 on Xbox One, Halo 4 on Xbox 360.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will be the first time. This will be the second time in Halo's lifespan that it'll be a dual release or well a console release. So that'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Assuming they do that. Did they say they were gonna um release the console with Halo?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be a launch title for sure.
Gotcha. I mean that would definitely
Yeah,
push the
I mean, I'm
console.
I'm definitely. I mean, I'm all in on Xbox, so
Yeah.
with the Game Pass and all that good stuff. So but yeah, other than those, man, I haven't really been playing too much, too much stuff.
I know you picked up Days Gone.
Yeah,
You ever
Days
play
Gone.
that?
I think it's still at my parents' house.
Oh, okay.
So I'm probably just gonna wait for Christmas to open that. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. Well, that'll be a
But
fun one.
but yeah, let's go ahead and dive into the news.
All right.
The one thing that we really were talking about was the Stadia thing, where Stadia released um their kind of like free game of the month kind of service thing. So they
Mm-hmm.
released Tomb Raider, not 3, not 2, but Tomb Raider 1 Definitive Edition,
Right.
which was already on Stadia for on sale for like $10. So that, and I believe Farming Simulator
Farming
2019
Simulator.
is their monthly free games.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily they did say that anybody that purchased Tomb Raider would get a refund, because
Yeah, and,
that's
and
kind
that's
of
kind of
crazy.
interesting because it's kind of the same. They're kind of doing the same thing as Xbox and PlayStation, where they'll like every month they'll have these games for free, and
Yeah.
like on the Xbox or PlayStation, if you buy those games like a week before they're announced for free, like it sucks for you. But because Stadia is in such an early phase, and it's kind of hot and cold with Stadia right now, like they got to do all they can to keep people around. So
Yeah.
even if it's a $10 game, like
hmm and you think, with their second month of free games, that, I mean, this stuff has got to be in the works. So for them to choose Tomb Raider, I mean, Tomb Raider is a fantastic game, but
it's 6 years
it,
old,
it's 6 years old, and I mean, they have
maybe
got
older.
to, just get some high quality, newer release stuff on this thing for
Right. And
free.
then
Excuse me, for free games, because I mean, I'm sorry, Farming Simulator 2019 and Tomb Raider Definitive Edition just aren't going to cut it for something like that.
especially when Stadia is in such an early phase,
Yeah, I mean,
very
it's pretty
important.
much. I mean, people are paying $130 to beta test this thing. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Their marketing with this thing has been terrible. That they should have came out and just said, hey, this is a beta test. They never used those
Mhm.
words. They always said this is what this thing is and this is what it's going to do. And for the most part, I think as far as like the streaming stuff, it works. But stuff like Destiny 2, which is what, a 3-year-old game now, 4-year-old, that thing
Right.
doesn't even run to, and Stadia is saying that it can, stream in 4K, and this thing isn't even. I think it's doing like 30 FPS.
Yeah.
They pretty much say that the settings that Destiny 2 uses is like a medium setting on a PC, like a
Yeah.
high end PC or whatever. So
Mhm.
I mean, it's not great. Um, just this the whole marketing behind Stadia has been terrible, and I
Kind
do
of
believe
flawed.
Stadia and streaming and all that stuff is the future, and we'll talk about this here in a little bit. But um, I guess we can talk about it now, since we're already kind of on
We're
it.
already there.
So so yeah, the question was your buddy Matt, and what was his question?
Yeah. So actually, I can pull it up on my phone real quick,
Okay.
just to be able to say it verbatim. I don't want to leave anything out. Okay. So he asked us to talk about our opinion on the future of platform gaming. He
Mm-hmm.
said one thing he noticed that when Nintendo comes out with games, there's no special editions, no loot box or skins, etc. Pretty straightforward for the most part. So he said he noticed a lot of Xbox and PlayStation titles, or a lot of them have this gold edition or premium edition or
Yep.
blah blah blah, whatever, for like $100, $80. And then a lot of other games like Fortnite or Apex or like even League of Legends have buy these skin, buy these packs, whatever the case may be. Um, Mostly with underwhelming content, and then games are being released and they're glitchy,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like the developers are very unresponsive, and there aren't patches to these games. So yes, just to kind of talk
Yeah.
about all
So
that.
we'll with live games and live service games and stuff like that. And the whole developer's not saying. So back when No Man's Sky was released, I mean, this thing was probably one of the most overhyped games of
Yeah,
gosh, that I can remember.
and
I mean,
I
this
bought
thing,
into it too. Like it
yeah.
was
Other
one of the
than like
reasons
maybe
why I
like
wanted PlayStation.
other than like Killzone two or something when that came out.
Hmm.
But I mean, this game was so overhyped, and it looked so cool, and all these, procedurally generated worlds, and all this and that, and it comes out, and it's like super bare bones. It's
Yeah, you can't even
and then
connect
the
with your
developer
friends.
went. It came out, and people were pissed, and it was reviewing poorly, and the developer, Hello Games,
Hmm.
that's their name, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they went quiet. They didn't say anything.
Months.
There was nothing on Twitter, nothing like, "Hey guys, sorry about it. We're making it," and then what? 2 years later, they start. Well, it wasn't 2 years, but they start slowly adding stuff to the game, and now
Right.
it's it's
It's a comparable
pretty
game.
it's
Like
pretty well known. It's pretty people actually seem to like it
mhm.
now,
Yeah, they had
and
two or three big updates to it.
yes, and good for them. Um, but and then you have games, another game, Anthem, come out. This is a Bioware game, makers of Mass Effect and Dragon Age, and
Yeah,
you
Dragon
know,
Age Inquisition, which like was like well regarded as
yeah,
one of the best games
yeah, one of like the better
2016,
developers out there,
2015.
and they come out with their version of Destiny or whatever, and
Yeah,
it sucks. I mean, it's not good. I mean, it's bare bones like most of these other games,
right. It's
and
not player friendly either.
right, they went quiet, and the CEO of Hello Games is telling EA and Anthem to just stop talking, just go to work and make your game right, and which I agree with,
Right.
but people are paying $60 for this thing. It's not like this is a
Yeah.
free game. People are paying $60, and not everybody can afford all these games.
Hmm.
So it's frustrating when these fully paid games are coming out and they're not done.
Right.
If this was a free game and you built on it, that's awesome. But a lot of these live games are $60, and then they've got battle passes on top of that, which are another $10 every new season, or $20 every new
Right.
season, and then you're asking to buy skins and all this and that. And I'm all for developers making money. With these $100 editions and all this to play
Hmm.
4 days early. I mean, they do that because they don't want people to trade in their games, and they want to get as much money up front from players, with that risk of them trading it in, a week
Yeah.
later to GameStop.
And then they'll have these update roadmaps
Mm-hmm.
where they'll say, "Hey, this is our like plan for the next year," and it's kind of at that point in time a bunch of empty promises
Yeah.
and telling you, "Hey, you should keep this game because so and so and so, and you should go ahead and pay for this. Pay an extra $30 for this season pass or whatever it is because
Mm-hmm.
like the game's gonna get better."
Yeah.
They're basically saying we put out an unfinished product and we're gonna make it better over time. So stick
Mm-hmm.
with us, which is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, and developers want you to play their games for years to come and make as much money because, it takes a long time and a lot of money to make video games. And I understand that. But it is sometimes it's a little egregious when, they've got, spend $120 for all this and you get 30 skins and
Right.
all this. I mean, every game is doing it now, including like Gears of War, Halo. I mean, they're all doing it. I don't know if Halo 5. No, I think it did.
Halo
I can't
5
remember.
had the rec packs.
Yeah, and which is cool.
Yeah. Didn't
You
really
know,
affect gameplay much.
but you can also earn that stuff pretty easily in Halo. I've never purchased a rec pack with my own money. I've just used
Hmm.
rec points. And I
This
think
is
at
coming
one
from
point I
someone who's
had
played
like,
it
yeah,
for
and I've had
years.
um up to 150,000 rec points at one point. So it's not hard
Yeah.
to get this stuff. And like I said, I know developers want as much money as they can,
Hmm.
to support the game going forward and all that good stuff. But sometimes it is a little, they're asking a little too much with some of these
Some of these
packs and stuff.
additions
And this
and
isn't even like statues and stuff. Like, when people, when games put out, or when developers put out special editions with statues and stuff like that. I don't usually buy that stuff unless it's something
Hmm.
that I really care about. And I always think it's cool when developers do that because I mean, if someone's passionate about something,
Yeah,
they'll pay the extra $100 or whatever to get that statue, and cool. But
yeah,
I don't
it's
know when
great.
you're getting like digital items, digital skins, and stuff like that.
Especially when you can somehow earn them in game.
Yeah,
It just doesn't make a
and
whole lot of sense.
it kind of like scares me for the future because every game has some sort of live service going on, whether it's like every game now has a battle pass, just about,
Right.
which is cool. I mean, you're playing the game, you're unlocking skins and all this stuff, but at some point, gosh, there's just so many. And which game do you focus on? I
Which
like
game do you
three. I
invest
like
in?
three multiplayer games, but they've all got battle passes. If I play once a week, I mean, I'm not going to get anything, or it's not going to be worth my time. So all of a sudden now I just pick one game instead of buying three. So I don't know. It's
Yeah, it's like you have to buy the battle pass and then you have to work for it too,
yeah,
which is kind of different than how it used to be, where you just like a few years ago you just bought like back when Battlefront 2 came out, you bought your way to whatever progression point you needed to be at,
yeah,
and that was people hated that. And now it's like a battle pass where you buy it and then you have to work for it, which is fun. Back when I played Fortnite, I would buy the battle pass and I would earn points to buy the next one for like the next season. And you also unlocked skins along the way,
yeah,
and it was like really fun because there were like these challenges that you could do that kind of took your focus away from just trying to win. So I think like games like Fortnite did it well, and then everyone tried to copy
yeah,
that plan, like that way of doing it,
mm,
and it kind of got overcrowded,
yeah.
which
Which I
is
think, I think, I think it was either Halo 4. I think it was Halo 5 that paved the way for multiplayer games that I really appreciate is the fact that every map was free. Every multiplayer map that
oh
came out
yeah,
was free, so they didn't block off any of the community with the map packs and stuff. And then they added the rec packs where people could purchase. So that's kind of gave
right.
you know more of an incentive of people to purchase these things to help pay for the maps and all that good stuff.
Hmm.
That stuff I liked, and I know Gears 5 did the same thing. Gears 4, all the maps are free that come out. So, and I think a lot of games now, I don't think you pay for maps anymore. Um,
I don't think you do. I think everyone kind of followed that lead.
yeah, because I
There's
remember back
there's
in the
no
day.
point
I
in splitting
mean,
the player base.
yeah, that was the biggest thing, is splitting the player base, and then, but yeah, I remember back in the day when I think it was in Florida. I think it was Halo 2. They released like that big map pack on disc,
Yep, I
and we
remember
went
that.
and got it and played it. It was a lot of fun. I mean, that was you know maps like that back in the day. I mean, it was fun, but I mean, games have changed, and I really like not paying for them anymore. I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's nice.
it's always great not having to pay for things.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's cool, but
yeah. And then kind of going back a little bit to No Man's Sky
hmm
and even Anthem, like a lot of their problems was with setting expectations.
hmm
Like with No Man's Sky, like a week before the game released, the CEO, I can't remember his name, Sean something,
yeah, yeah,
was having an interview and he was asked about multiplayer and he kind of gave a half-hearted answer. He was like, "Yes, you can do multiplayer, but also it's kind of like weird, like it's not actual multiplayer." And this is like a
hmm
week before the game came out.
yeah,
And people kind of freaked out and then figured out that like if you're in the same point, like the same exact spot as someone in the universe or like in like the No Man's Sky universe, you actually can't see them.
yeah. You can see like their. It's kind of like Death Stranding. You see the world changing, but without
Yeah.
actually, or like Dark Souls or something. You see elements of people there, but not actually seeing them.
Yeah. And then they did an update where you could see like an orb or like a little representation of another player, and then they got
Yeah,
to being able to actually see players and
yeah. It has a
communicate
lot
with them.
like Fable 3 had that. They had like little orbs of
Oh,
people.
they did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of like that. Like you could see the orbs in the world, and I think you could like invite them in at some
Hmm.
point. So I mean, and then as far as like Nintendo goes, I mean, back in the day, they would put that seal,
Uh,
the Nintendo seal of quality.
mm-hmm.
And when all our games that ship are done, they're complete for the most part.
Right.
Other than like really Link's Awakening with kind of the frame rate issues. I mean, generally Nintendo is pretty perfect with like,
Pretty thorough with
yeah,
their games.
they're Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
all these games are like just
They're
on a
complete.
different. They're on a different level than games we see
And
nowadays.
you see that in their value too. Like Anthem is $5 now.
Yeah.
Like $5, and it was $60, 10 months ago, back when it came
Yep.
out. Breath of the Wild was just discounted to 42 for Black Friday. Otherwise, it's still selling at $60, and it just shows that the
Yeah.
value of it holds up. And they're putting a lot of effort in these games, and it definitely shows.
Yeah, it does. I mean, yeah, from a consumer standpoint, 3 years later, you're like, why the hell is this thing still $60? But
Yeah, that is annoying.
but I mean, it's it's the best $60 you're ever going to spend. I mean, it's
Right.
fantastic. I mean, you're going to put hundreds of hours into this thing,
Yeah. And they
or
did
even
have a
before you
DLC,
think.
like they had the
Yeah,
DLC for it, but I mean that's just icing on the cake at this point.
yeah. I mean, Nintendo games are quality. They're fun. I mean, for for Zelda to come out one year and then Mario Odyssey come out, and I think was it the same year? Was it
Yeah, it was
2015?
it
I mean,
was
that was just
no, October, November of that year.
yeah. I think it was maybe October.
Yeah, maybe I think it was late October.
But I mean, that was just a banger every year. I mean, you just had so much good stuff, and then Splatoon 2. I mean, that's
Hmm.
another game too. I mean, when Splatoon first came out, I mean, a lot of people criticized Nintendo and that developer
Hmm.
because there wasn't a lot of maps, there wasn't a lot of guns.
And not a
But
lot of
then they just
weapons.
everything they released was free. I mean, everything up until the Octo expansion was free.
And I
You
think that
know,
was planned too because they had a release that weekend. They had
yeah,
like a weapon release that weekend that it came out, and it was
yeah. So
kind
I
of
think
it was like based off of Twitter feedback, like
right.
likes. Yeah,
So I think with these live service games, I don't have a problem with them. I do enjoy them. I
Mhm.
think they're cool. The multiplayer aspect of them, the raids, and I mean, I'm not a
Yeah,
huge Destiny fan, but I can understand why people love it. I mean, the, the I did jump into Destiny 2 a couple weeks ago, and it was super confusing on like where to go because there's so many expansions. Now it was just very
yeah.
confusing on like the main story, but the shooting, I mean, it's Bungie. The shooting was absolutely fantastic.
Oh, phenomenal! Feels
So
great.
I mean, I do enjoy those games and the live stuff, and doing raids and
Mm.
like the division and all that good stuff. But I just think these developers, if they're gonna charge $60 up, to buy into this thing, that's fine. Just be honest and say, hey, this game, we're releasing it. It's gonna be, we're gonna put multiple updates out. Like you
Right.
said earlier. I mean, do like a um, kind of like what would you say, the layout or
Oh, the
timeline.
update lay. I can't remember what I said earlier, but
Yeah,
update layout or
yeah, just like a
progress.
timeline of when you're gonna do these updates and these events, all this stuff. So
Hmm.
just be upfront with your customers and your loyal fan base that love these games, because at some point, I mean, it, people aren't gonna buy this stuff anymore if they keep getting frustrated by it.
Yeah, and then just constant disappointment by these like live service games is
Hmm.
gonna take a toll on these very talented developers like BioWare,
Hmm.
who were probably pushed a little bit by EA to create a live game.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
I'm sure they had a lot to do with it, with you know getting it out before it was actually ready.
yeah,
So it's
because they saw
yeah,
the success of like Battlefield One or Battlefront One, and some other live service games as well. They're like, all right, we're gonna do this for all of our games now, like have a live service kind of.
yeah.
So, but
But
I
yeah,
think it'll get better.
Nintendo just kills it on all fronts as far as first party and
Yeah,
their games. They're always great. So,
Hmm. Yeah,
and I know Nintendo is Nintendo, and they'll continue to put out high quality single player stuff.
Hmm.
And if everybody else kind of moves on from that and just does multiplayer, I mean,
that's fine. Whatever.
well, it is interesting that Call of Duty 4 or Black Ops 4 didn't have single player, and then the next year, of course, these games are years in development at that point when other Call of Duties are
Yeah,
released, but a lot of people were pissed that they didn't have it because a lot of people do just play single player.
right. A lot of people loved the Black Ops kind of
Yeah.
story mode and that world.
Mm-hmm.
Having that just taken out of Black Ops 4. I mean, personally, I didn't care too much. Like I was really excited about their battle royale mode, which was really
Mm-hmm.
good. But I can see why a lot of people were upset.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what else we got. There it is. Okay. You want to take a break and then we'll jump into the topic of the week?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna go refill my drink real quick. All right, guys, we're gonna jump into the final segment of the show, but we're gonna kick it off with discussing the Game Awards and what I think it's December 14th, I believe.
I think so.
Something like that. I know the deadline, the cutoff for like picking your for voting is the 12th, I believe.
Okay, so it's got to be a little bit after that.
13 or 14th. So other than I did do some voting. I voted for 20 things, and I was like, boy, there's a lot of stuff. And then I scrolled down, there was 20, 30 more categories. I was like,
okay. Yeah, I need to go. I need to go to the website and vote after this.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What are you? Because of course, I mean, it's always great to recognize some of your favorite games of the year.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to as far as the world exclusive
Which
trailers?
They always have the most exclusives of all time.
So of course, I mean, every year I think Half-Life is always, a contender for one to be announced. And since that's already been announced, not Half-Life 3, by the way, but what's some of the stuff that you want to be announced?
Well, just kind of thinking off the top of my head and off of Half-Life, Portal 3 would be cool. I think it'd be. Yeah. I don't know if they do it. I don't think there's ever been a history of Valve revealing anything at the Game Awards because they haven't revealed anything in in years since the Game Awards have been around. But something more realistically is Breath of the Wild 2, showing some gameplay.
That'll be a very nice.
Because they did show that at the Game Awards in 2014 or 2015.
Mm-hmm.
They showed some off-screen footage of Miyamoto playing it, which was insane at the time. Just seeing the open world and I think they were showing it on the Wii.
You can go there.
Whoa!
Welcome to Skyrim.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it could be a possibility that they show Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some little quick trailer or something. I mean, it's already been announced, so there could be a trailer.
Mm-hmm. Maybe another trailer for The Last of Us 2. I think that'd be pretty great.
I think maybe, but honestly, I'm done. I'm good. I'm gonna play this game. I don't need to see anything else.
Yeah, you're already sold.
I'm sold. I was sold the minute they announced that thing, and they had that awesome acoustic guitar playing, and you're like, "Where's Joel at? Where's Joel?" And then at the end of the last trailer, Joel shows up. So everyone speculates that he was dead. Is he not dead? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to know anything else. I just need to play this game.
What's such a story-heavy game?
Yeah.
Where the story is just incredible.
Yeah.
You really only need one trailer or just an announcement to show you that it's there. But who knows if they'll have one more trailer? Because isn't it releasing in early next year? I think it got delayed.
It did get released, or it did. They had a release date for February, and then it got pushed 2 weeks later. So it's coming out in May, I think now.
That's fine.
which is cool. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm all for developers pushing back games to make sure they're done right and
Yeah.
ready to
Like
go.
kind of like Doom. You know,
Oh yeah, Doom.
I'll
I
play
forgot
it when
about
it
that.
comes out, but
Yeah,
I'm not mad that they delayed it.
yeah, it's whatever.
Got
There's so
enough.
many games to play and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
One fantastic game gets delayed and then comes out the next year, or what have you.
Right.
It's all good.
Not too big of a deal. Is there anything you're expecting or hoping
I
for?
don't know. I don't think they typically don't do console stuff.
Oh
And then
yeah.
we'll have to wait for E3. I believe I don't know, probably in like February or March before E3. I think Sony's probably going to announce their PlayStation 5 proper and show us what it looks like and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as far as game goes, I'm expecting maybe either God of War 2 or maybe Horizon 2.
Okay.
Um,
Both probably in the works.
yeah, probably definitely in the works for next gen.
Yeah.
Probably be a dual release as well. We'll see. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I
God,
don't
God
know.
of War was so good.
Maybe Nintendo surprises us and does a Metro Prime 4 trailer. That would be pretty sweet.
That would be, yeah.
I don't
That
know.
would be insane. I don't know if they
I'm
would.
hoping something get announced that hasn't had a sequel in a while that just
Yeah.
like blows us away.
I can't even think of anything off the top of my head that I would
Maybe
want to come back. But
maybe a Halo trailer. There hasn't been
yeah,
a Halo Infinite trailer in a long time.
hopefully,
That wasn't. I know there was one at E3. Um,
yeah, it was just a cinematic
yeah, maybe
trailer,
something else with that.
maybe some gameplay.
Yeah, maybe Crackdown 4 will get announced, and then they'll have the Halo Infinite beta with it bundled in.
Oh my god. That's the only way to convince people to buy Crackdown 4 is to have a Halo Infinite beta.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Um, I
Oof.
don't know. I'd kind of like to see Microsoft with some sort of new IP. I mean, they got a lot of new studios, so
Yeah.
maybe something new from them, some sort of new game,
I don't know what they do.
maybe like a Halo ODST 2 or something. That'd be pretty
That'd
cool.
be sick.
I don't think
Oh
that'll ever
man, I
happen.
loved ODST.
Yeah, I don't think that'd
Yeah,
ever
spin-off
happen.
Halo
But
title would be great.
yeah, something. Yeah, that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much lore, but they could literally do anything. It doesn't have to be Master Chief related. It could be whatever they wanted to do.
Right. Maybe
So
a grittier Halo.
yeah.
I don't know. More brutal. That'd be cool.
But yeah, I don't know. There's a
Maybe
lot of stuff that could be
Bayonetta
announced.
3.
Huh?
Maybe Bayonetta 3. Since they've
Yeah, they announced that, right? They just haven't done a trailer or anything.
I think they announced it at the Game Awards
Yeah,
in 2017, and they haven't had a lick. They haven't said a lick about it since then.
yeah.
So
Maybe
we'll see.
maybe with Half-Life Alyx coming out, maybe they'll do a remaster of the Orange Box.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, because that
Maybe
had Portal 1 and 2, and then
yeah.
Half-Life.
Well, it didn't have Portal 2 and it had Portal
Oh,
Half-Life Episode 1 and 2, and then it had
Team Fortress.
Team Fortress 2 in there.
Gotcha. That was a fun game.
Or maybe just a remake of Half-Life 2. I'd be
Just
cool
get
with that.
people excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I would definitely replay that for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd play it for the first time.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. There's maybe a new Dead Space. A new Dead Space would be super rad if they
Maybe
announced
they,
that. God, that'd be so cool. And
yeah,
then have like a remaster of the trilogy or something. I don't know.
yeah, that'd be cool. Kind of rebrand Dead Space, I guess.
I know there's rumors of the new Bioshock in the works. Maybe something new Bioshock could be cool.
Right.
I'd like to see it going back to, um,
Go back to Rapture.
yeah, back to Rapture. Infinite was cool.
But it didn't really feel like a Bioshock game.
No, it wasn't as great as Bioshock 1 and 2.
Yeah, the world wasn't as memorable
Yeah,
as
I really do want to go back and play Bioshock 2. I've got that collection.
yeah.
I want to go back and do that, especially with
Fun
like
one.
Minerva's Den and stuff. That was like an excellent DLC. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see. Uh, Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh man. What that was announced
Maybe.
at last year's E3, right?
Um, It was last year. Yeah, the Bethesda conference of
Yeah,
last year. Yeah.
that and their space game. I can't remember what it
Oh
was.
yeah.
I keep wanting to say out or something, but I know it's not.
Yeah.
Sky something upward, skyward.
I can't remember. I know what you're talking about though. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
like their big space stuff, but we'll see. I don't know. Bethesda with Fallout 76 is not super. I don't know, loved at the moment, but I mean that
Especially with
game
their
is.
$99 pass for the
Oh
year.
Jesus Christ, that game is.
It's a
Yeah.
mess.
And then did you hear about the helmet that got sent out to people that had mold in it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was like a helmet that you could wear, and like it, there was like a seam between like a couple pieces of the plastic, and mold could grow, so they had to do a recall on them.
I bet it was
So
a lot of helmets
yeah,
too.
yeah, false. And then the whole like they were supposed to send out like canvas bags or something to everybody that pre-ordered like the big edition of Fallout 76, and they weren't canvas; they were like some crummy material. And then
Why?
and then to apologize, they gave money to everybody that ordered it. That wasn't even enough money to buy the canvas bag in the game.
Wait, in the game?
Yeah, there's like an exact replica. The bag was an exact replica of the bag in the game.
Oh
And then
no.
the money that they like the in-game currency they gave to these players wasn't even enough money to buy the in-game bag. So it was just like double middle fingers to to
Oh,
the players.
come
That
on.
whole game is just trash. But anyways,
Starbound. Starbound.
Starbound, yeah.
That's
So we'll see. I mean, Skyrim was an incredible thing, and
yeah.
I
Buggy
mean
but
the
fun.
Switch version was cool.
Yeah.
I mean
Sweet.
Skyrim's literally been on like everything but what phones at this point. So
I don't know why. I bought the PS4 edition and then I bought the Switch edition. So I've spent way too much money on Skyrim.
wait, do you have 3 copies of it?
Uh
Did you have it for Xbox?
well, I think I had it from you having it on Xbox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I rebought it for
Gotcha.
PS4 and then Switch.
That's too
So
funny.
fun every
But
time.
yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, hopefully Nintendo has some stuff there. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
Jeff
maybe
Jeff,
they'll, maybe,
Jeff
maybe
Keighley
they'll
has a
announce
little bit.
a. Yeah, Jeff Keighley usually does a pretty good show. Good job.
Yeah.
Um, maybe they'll announce a new color for the Switch Lite or something.
Oh God, don't do that to me right after I bought one. Oh
How
yeah,
you
so for
liking
all
that thing?
oh, I love it. For all those who are listening, for those of you who have listened to the last few podcasts, you've heard me talking about the Switch Lite and I've wanted it. I bought it on Black Friday for no discount, just same price it was.
You just saw it and you're like, I gotta have this thing.
Yeah. But
It is super. Like, gosh, like we were joking, like, oh, this old dinosaur switches, but it feels really good.
yeah, it's
Just holding
super
in your
light.
hand, it's light.
And
And
it's only like either half a pound or a quarter of a pound difference
yeah,
between
but
both.
gosh, it feels so much different.
Yeah.
Like it's super nice. If you don't have a Switch and you don't care about playing on your TV,
Hmm.
get the light for sure because that thing is super cool.
Yeah, you only lose out on a couple of games that require you to have it docked. Kind of like Ring Fit Adventure, which you could still technically play it, but
Yeah,
you don't want to do that. And then
I wonder if they have now that they have the light out. I wonder if on the box of these games says not compatible with the Switch Lite.
I don't think they do because I think maybe technically every game can be played with the Switch Lite if you because you can set it up like you can set it up on a stand and use
Yeah, you can.
Joy-Cons and play like so you can play like 1-2 Switch, but you'd be staring at a tiny screen.
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know, but I love it. I love
yeah.
it.
It definitely seems pretty cool, and um, yeah, I'm a little jealous of you because it is super nice.
Yeah, no, I got the yellow one. So
Yeah, that yellow one's very
love
nice.
that yellow.
Yep.
Big fan of yellow.
So we will all right, so we'll jump into the topic of the week now.
That
So
long.
this is actually a little bit more of a longer show than I thought since there was like hardly any news, but
I
a lot,
know,
a
right?
lot of good stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So topic of the week is what game are you most thankful for this year?
Mhm.
maybe your favorite game of the year, the most time spent, something that meant something to you. What is
Yeah.
that game?
Um, so I don't necessarily have a favorite game of the year yet,
Yeah.
just because I have a few more games that I want to play, kind of like Dragon Quest, and I want to finish Pokemon and
Yep.
maybe Spyro, Witcher 3. Witcher 3 doesn't count. That game came out in 2015. But
Yeah.
um, in terms of like being the most thankful for, I'd probably say Fire Emblem Three Houses, mostly based off of the fact that it finally came out.
Yeah.
It
Gosh.
got 2 or 3 delays. It was initially supposed to come out in 2018. It was announced in like a January direct in 2018 when
Hmm.
they announced I can't Fire Emblem Echoes for 3DS. They also announced it was just a title card for Fire Emblem for
Hmm.
Switch for 2018. And 2018 came and went, and they pushed it back to 2019, and it was initially supposed to come out in early 2019, and then they had a direct either early 2019 or late 2018 saying it was
Hmm.
delayed until July. And I was super bummed because I was just I was dying to play it. Like
Yeah.
I liked what I saw, and I think like the extra time they spent on it really paid off because it's such a big game. Like you have the 3 separate houses and the 3 separate routes you can take. And I've only done like one and a half of them,
Hmm.
but I spent like 75 hours on that game, which is like the most I've spent on any game this year.
Yeah.
Like I've kind of been beating games and then just going on to the next one without playing
Hmm.
them anymore, which I'm not sure if I like too much. Like I think I'm focusing too much on like just beating games rather than enjoying them. But with Fire Emblem, like I just wanted to play that so much.
Yeah. For sure.
Still want to go back to it and finish at least one more route before the end of the year. So yeah, I think that's
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I think the game I appreciate the most this year, the most thankful for, as I know it came out last year, but again, Spyro, man, Spyro got it
Hmm.
for Christmas last year for my wife, Brittany, and I don't think we started playing until like early, like sometime in January of this year, and
Yeah.
we've had a blast. I mean, she's not a huge gamer; she doesn't really do any sort of gaming or anything, but with that game, it was a great bonding experience for us, and just
Hmm.
switching off, taking turns playing levels and stuff like that. I do apologize of the water in the background. I'm sure you can hear that very loud. But yeah, it was just a very awesome bonding experience and something something we could do together. Yeah, it wasn't like a typical co-op game or whatever, but we made it work and we had a lot of fun with it. And I'm having trouble thinking about what else came out this year. Um, Gears 5,
Sekiro.
I had a lot of fun with.
Did you ever finish
Played a little
Sekiro?
bit of multiplayer. But I mean, Gears I've never been super into as far as multiplayer. I've always enjoyed the story.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool game, and it was free, so that helps out too.
Right.
Well, free with Game Pass. But I'm trying to think what else came out this year. I mean, Link's Awakening was a super awesome Zelda experience.
Hmm.
Um, Overcooked 2 came out this year, I believe. Yeah,
Yep.
that was this year. That was a lot of fun. Um, you let me borrow Sekiro. I still have to beat that. I got semi stuck on a boss. I wasn't. I actually think I tried 4 or 5 times, and then I think I
Mhm.
kind of burnt out just a little bit because I've been
But do
going
you remember
super
which
hard.
boss it was?
It was the owl.
The owl.
Yeah, like I think his name is like your dad.
Oh, like he's a human.
Yeah.
That
Um,
one was tough.
yeah. So I think I know how to beat him. I just got to go back and play. I definitely want to try to finish that when we have like our game of the year discussion kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, which we'll probably try to do
Do
sometime at the end of the year.
yeah.
Um,
Sometime
we'll
within the
probably
next.
like work out like a couple of categories and stuff that we can try to, uh,
Hmm.
you know, stuff like that. We'll go in the details. Resident Evil 2 was an incredible experience. Did you ever pick that up?
No, I still need to buy it. I
Yeah,
actually need to buy it either
yeah,
today
pretty
or
soon if
tomorrow.
you're gonna buy it. That was an absolutely incredible experience.
Yeah.
Some other games. Noodles is over here posting some games. DMC5, Devil May Cry 5. Haven't played yet.
It's
I
on
know
Game
it's on
Pass.
Game Pass, so I need to play it. Um, So I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I actually haven't gotten to this year.
Right.
Uh, I mean, Pokemon's been pretty fun so far.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there's quite a few games I still want to go back and play. I don't know if I will play Death Stranding. I mean, it looks cool and like the experience looks cool, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I might play it some other time.
I don't know if
Um,
I want to dedicate 50 or 60 hours to it,
yeah,
but
Jedi Fallen Order. I
yeah.
do want to play that just because I love Dark Souls so much, and that's very Dark Souls esque. So
Right.
I want to try that. Um,
One game I
Luigi's
do
Mansion I
have.
want to play. So there's some
Which
stuff.
one?
Luigi's Mansion 3.
Oh yeah. Oh god, that game is incredible.
Yeah, it
Like
looks super cool. I love Luigi.
yeah.
He's such a funny character. Mario.
Mario. One I want to mention is Celeste. It didn't come out
Yeah,
this year, but
yeah.
it
Celeste.
had.
I finished that this year too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. I ended up beating it.
Nice. It came out with the chapter 9, which is like the farewell chapter, and it's got
Yeah.
like 100 levels. And earlier this year, I completed all the seasides
Hmm.
to the game, which are like the super hard versions of each of the levels.
Yeah.
And then they released the farewell, which is kind of like a penultimate level that has over 100 screens to it, I guess,
Hmm.
100 challenges. Um, and that one I played it a lot on the train back and forth to training in Secaucus.
Hmm.
It came out just before that. So I spent a lot of time on the train trying to beat these levels,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was so tough, but
Yeah.
finally.
It was a great game that like, and again, while like the Switch is such an incredible console, is like it's a great game to like play right before bed. Like I'd always take it upstairs
Mhm.
with me. Um, I mean, there was a couple times where I was like getting pretty heated. I was like, God, this game. But
Yeah.
it was pretty cool just to knock out, spend 20, 30 minutes on a level, and then put it down.
Mhm.
So yeah, Celeste is good.
Yeah,
It's
I
a good
spent a
game.
lot of time on that game. Great one. Yeah, that one, Luigi's Mansion 3, like, yeah. Yeah, man, I loved Luigi's Mansion. You need to play that.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Another
I love the
character
first
to
two,
it.
so I definitely want to try it.
Mhm.
And since it is Thanksgiving weekend, I did kind of want to talk about not gaming related, but I want to talk about two things. A, what's your favorite Thanksgiving like item,
Uh-huh. Like food item.
food item? So
Yeah.
you go first.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Mom's mac and cheese. Oh,
Yeah, it's
oh,
good.
it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm like that. I think probably that green bean casserole. Just
Oh yeah.
when it's done right and it gets that little crispy onions on
That
top.
that crisp is just it's
Delicious.
magnificent.
It's good.
Yeah.
Turkey. I'm like hit or miss with. Like I could care less about turkey really.
Love the ham.
Ham's good. Ham's good. And
That
then the
honey
second
ham.
thing is, what's your favorite like go-to mixed drink?
Favorite go-to mixed drink.
Yeah, something that you're like at your house or your apartment, and you're just chilling,
Uh-huh.
and maybe doing a couple of gaming sessions or whatever. Just something. Obviously, if you go out to a bar, you're drinking beer and shots or
Yeah.
whatever. But what's like your favorite like chilled, you're by yourself kind of mixed drink?
Chill by myself. Okay, well, let me start with like if I'm at a bar, normally it's like rum and coke. Just
Yeah,
easy, you know,
easy.
easy to shout across the bar and everyone understands. Um, when I'm home, I like to do a little vodka and lemonade, and I'll take a lemon or a lime and
Yeah.
squeeze it in there,
Okay.
and like do it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And but in my fridge I have like two different types of lemonade, like strawberry and a regular lemonade, and I'll mix
Yeah.
those in and kind of dolly it up a little bit. That's actually kind of what I'm drinking right now. Just one lemonade and then like
Yeah. I figured it was something lemonade.
seltzer water type drink that I put in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Cool.
pretty simple, but
Yeah.
it's nice. What about
Cool.
you?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Usually when I go to a bar, I'm usually drinking like beer, and
Mhm.
then occasionally I'll get like a rum and coke.
Yeah,
Use a little lime in there. But usually if I'm like at a bar, I'll have a beer or something, and then we'll get some shots or something like that.
yeah,
But if I'm at home, I'm usually drinking my little a little Bacardi and mix. I used to do Bacardi pineapple and Coke,
Oh,
and then
nice.
I switched over to the mango.
Mhm.
And then I switched over from Coke to Coke Zero, just to try to watch my calorie intake, whatever.
Right.
But it's still really good. That's like the perfect just it's
Perfect mix of
yeah, perfect mix
flavor.
of just very. If I'm chilling, playing some games or watching some football or whatever,
I
it's
like
uh
that.
it's always it's always a good little
Coke Zero and
little treat.
mango Bacardi rum.
Yeah, it's you wouldn't think it's good, but it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty tasty.
looks good. Refreshing.
Refreshing. But yeah, if all the topics and stuff we've had this week, if you guys want to send your answers and future questions like your
Yeah.
friend Matt did, um,
Mhm.
you know, gaming with the bros at yahoo.com. Send us questions or topics or whatever you want to send us.
Yeah. Send us what's going on in your week.
Yeah.
On
I
your
think we're
life.
up to like almost 35 or 36. No, I think it was like 40 something, 40 something plays right now across like all
Yeah.
3 episodes. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thank
that's
you guys.
it's super cool. Like looking at all the cities and stuff. There's a
Oh
couple places
yeah.
where we know who it is, but like there's a couple places where I'm like, I don't know who that is. So maybe it's just somebody that just
Some fan.
found the show, or whatever. So I'd
Mhm.
love to hear some feedback. And like we said last week, I don't know if you can review on like Spotify, but if you could give us a review over on iTunes, that would be absolutely wonderful, and we would
Mhm.
definitely appreciate that. And I'll hopefully get the audio version finished up tomorrow, and then I'll have that over on to iTunes
All,
and all the
all the
podcasts and
platforms.
platforms.
Yeah. Any constructive criticism you want to send our
Yeah,
way? Go
yeah,
ahead, and we'll be pretty receptive to it. It's
absolutely.
pretty open format. We'll
Hmm.
change it up however. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
We're just in the early. I mean, like I said, I'm only a month in, so we're trying to work out everything and
Yeah. Fine tune.
fine tune, and hopefully everyone enjoys our commentary and all that good stuff. And
Yeah.
um, but yeah, in the spirits of Thanksgiving, Nick, I am thankful for you for being my brother. You're an
Oh man.
awesome brother, and I'm
I'm
thankful
thankful
for
for
our
you.
family and you know being able to go up to the mountains every year and have a good time and
Yeah.
chill and have some drinks and go shopping and all that fun stuff. So it's
No,
another
I
year
always look forward to
down.
that every year.
Yep, more years to come. Hopefully Alicia can come with us next year. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I think she'll be able to next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
Try to
yeah,
get her on it.
we'll next week should be back to normal.
Mhm.
Probably more news stuff as far as normal
Yeah.
goes
Some
for
end of
us.
the year news coming
Yeah.
out. I don't know what.
I mean, there might not be a ton of stuff with the game awards coming up. I'm sure the last remainder of news will come out with that, but
Right. There might be some preemptive announcements
yeah,
of
there might be
smaller
some stuff
studios.
or some leaks or something like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, that is episode 4 of
Episode
Gaming with the
4.
Bros podcast. It's been a blast, and I appreciate everyone watching and listening.
Yeah. Here's the more to come.
Yeah, we will see you guys on the next episode next
See you
week.
guys.
See ya.
Thanks for joining.